Dibrugarh is perhaps the main urban areas in the province of Assam. It is arranged on the banks of the Brahmaputra River and is home to the renowned Radhakrishna Mandir, a sanctuary built totally out of marble. There are a couple of different sanctuaries and significant spots to visit in Dibrugarh that draw individuals from across the world. Since it is essential for the Seven Sisters, a name given toward the northeastern provinces of India, numerous vacationers make it a piece of their agenda when they visit this piece of the country. The city is socially rich. You will discover heavenly neighborhood food to eat, local garments to wear, and see nearly everybody chatting in their nearby language. Nonetheless, it is fascinating to take note of that most inhabitants of this piece of the nation are conversant in both English or Hindi also. There are many fascinating spots to visit with regards to Dibrugarh. Nonetheless, here we have recorded probably the most famous ones that will undoubtedly put it on your list of must-dos. Brahmaputra River. This is perhaps the most worshipped streams of India and furthermore turns out to be one of the longest on the planet. Be that as it may, what makes it an absolute necessity visit during your visit in Dibrugarh is the plentiful exercises it gives. Boating in this piece of the stream is a sublime encounter, as it isn't exceptionally packed and has some incredible waves sure to give you an adrenaline surge. The boating endeavor begins from the upper Brahmaputra, Sayang, waterway in a zone called Tutting. The boating course is spread over a distance of 180 kilometers, and en route, there are a few crevasses and thick tropical jungles to appreciate. Contingent upon how experienced you are and what your inclinations are, you may decide to cover any stretch of the boating course. However, regardless of how long you pick to spend boating, it's certain to be an exceptional encounter. Joypoor Rainforest. The notable Joypoor Rainforest is spread across a territory of 108 square kilometers. There is a lot of biodiversity here, making the timberland a significant vacation destination in the district. While visiting here, anticipate investigating the 102 types of orchids developed here, notwithstanding hauling tree as tall as 50 meters. Different trees found here incorporate ajay, segan, nahor, bohat, and sam. A tremendous assortment of creatures are found here, as the common environmental factors are adept for creatures like elephants, hornbills, leopards, flying squirrels, pythons, spotted deer, and langurs. The most ideal alternative to reach here is by leasing a vehicle from Naharkotia. One may likewise decide to board a transport from Naharkotia or Guwahati, which additionally turns out to be the most conservative choice. Radhakrishna Temple. It is perhaps the most mainstream spots to visit in Dibrugarh, particularly for adherents of Hinduism. One is probably going to have otherworldly harmony here, as the spot is incredibly peaceful. Aside from the special emanation of the sanctuary, the design of the sanctuary is remarkable and much discussed. There is additionally a great deal of greenery in the premises of the sanctuary, which further loosens up the psyche and body. Assam Medical College is extremely near Radhakrishna Temple, making for an energetic air around the sanctuary. Public vehicle, just as close to home taxi cabs, are acceptable alternatives to arrive at the sanctuary. Sri Jagannath Temple. Somewhere else of love, just as an eminent place of interest in Dibrugarh, is the Sri Jagannath Temple. The sanctuary here is viewed as an imitation of its partner in Puri. It's otherwise called Shikshetra Dham and is found near the Mahatma Gandhi Park at Kawikar. Aside from this, there are numerous different sanctuaries that one can visit in the city. Shivadanya Dal is one of the principal places of worship in the city. There were once 24 sculptures here, of which just 14 are available today. Every one of the sculptures is around 45 feet high. Remarkably, the sanctuary was at first devoted to Lord Vishnu. Nonetheless, later it came to be known as Shiva Dal. Dihing Patkai Wildlife Sanctuary. Dihing Patkai is a delightful rainforest in Assam and is spread over a region of around 111 square kilometers. A few pieces of the untamed life safe haven are situated in Dibrugarh, while some overflow into the Tinsukia locale. Dihing Patkai Wildlife Sanctuary is isolated into three fundamental parts, to be specific: Dibrugarh Rainforest, Upper Dihing River, and Joypoor. Likewise, Dihing Patkai is home to two elephant saves. The first is called Dihing Patkai Elephant Reserve and the subsequent one being Dibru Diamali. The rainforest is one of the essential selections of spots to visit in Dibrugarh, as it is covered with a wide assortment of greenery. There are delightful orchid blossoms and wild bananas for guests to appreciate here. It is assessed that there are more than 293 types of birds, very nearly 50 types of warm-blooded creatures and reptile species each, and around 30 butterfly species here. A portion of the creatures that you may risk upon in this wilderness are hoolock gibbon, capped langur, pig-followed macaque, Asiatic elephant, black panther, tiger, clouded leopard, and black bear. Accordingly, there are high odds of guests encountering inhabitants of the wilderness. However, don't stress, as long as you approach them with deference, they will do likewise. Namfi Village. This town is situated a good ways off of 37 kilometers from the city of Dibrugarh near the waterway Burhai Dying. The town is radiant with common magnificence and fills in as a permanent spot for a few Thai Fakey families. Inhabitants of the town generally follow Buddhism, so it's entirely expected to unearth a lovely religious community while strolling around. This is an integral motivation behind why Namfi is perhaps the most mainstream spots to visit in Dibrugarh. In the principal sanctuary, there is a sculpture of Lord Buddha, which is made of gold. Likewise famous in the religious community are the Ashokan pillar and the Buddhist pagoda housed inside. One can likewise track down a heavenly water tank here, known as Mukalinda tank.